Well, this past Good Friday turned out to be a very good Friday. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, last week, I got an invite from Ricky, who lives in my area, to one of his permissions, a big farm field that once was the site of a late 1800s homestead and farm. Well, Ricky wanted to know if I might be able to get out there and hunt with him so we could both try to save as much history as possible before the site was bulldozed and converted into a new campground. Well, you didn't have to ask me twice, and since we both had last Friday free, we met that morning. Well, we had an awesome time, enjoyed some beautiful East Tennessee mountain scenery, and we made some very cool finds. Well, we are out in beautiful Tennessee, and I'm on an invite from Ricky, a guy that lives close by to where I live, and he gave me a call. He's got this place out here that had a home site on the river, and they're fixing to do some construction out here, and he wanted to try to save as much stuff as he possibly could before they did it. So I've been hunting out here for about 5 minutes, and I got a decent target. I dug up some aluminum and stuff like that, but this one's pretty nice. It's giving me like a 49, and I got a bale seal, which I am very happy to see. And I'm only about 20 yards from the railroad track here that runs through the mountains. So it's very cool to see this, and hopefully we find some more things. The house, I believe, dates back possibly into the 1800s. It was on a 1905 map, so you never know. And he's found some pretty good stuff out here so far. So I'm going to go back at it and battle the stubble in this field. Well, my next target in this field is, it rang up a 60. I dug down, and hey, no matter where I go, I find these. It's an old Schrader valve stem. Definitely to an older car. I don't know what car. It's kind of a shorter one than we would find on the Model Ts, but it's going to be from the same era. And that's a cool find. Definitely like that. And yeah, I'll keep on going here. Well, you can see Ricky off in the distance in the field and digging a signal, and I got one I dug up. Give me like a 43, and woohoo, we're on the board. Or should I say all aboard. Yep, railroad spike, and a very fine example of one, I might say. And it's time for another fine example of a very old train picture. Well, we had to go back to the vehicle to unload all the iron that we've been digging up. So I dropped about 10 pounds after that. And I was just going along this whole farm road and got a 91 signal. I told, boy, that sounds like a $50. Always hope for the best, but it's a pretty cool piece. It's an old horse harness ring, and it definitely has a beautiful green patina on it. So it's an older brass ring. I will definitely take that. Well, I was just continuing up this farm road and getting out a lot of nice signals. There's a lot of broken pottery and china here, so I'm just kind of concentrating on it. And the next signal I got was a 73. I just noticed the imprint there. Look at the green market left on that imprint. That's pretty cool. But I ended up getting a coin, and it's an old weedy. And this one's going to be a 52 from the Denver Mint. So I'm definitely happy to have that. Ricky's found quite a few Wheaties out here. I think he got an Indian, got a Mercury dime, even got an Australian military hat pin. So you never know what you're going to find, and I'm happy to get that. Well, we have yet another mystery solved this week, thanks to all of you watching last week. You might recall the old iron object that I recovered in last week's episode. Now, millions of you responded to this one, but the very first to do so in the comments was Dale Mallory, who was quick to let me know that what I'd actually found was the remains of an old carpenter's hand chisel. So once again, a huge thank you goes out to Dale and everyone else who was kind enough to help make last week's mystery find this week's mystery solved. Well, Ricky yelled out to me, said he found something. Very cool. Old toe tab, huh? Not too shabby. Boy, they used that thing a few times, didn't they?
Wore out.
Man, I don't think I've seen one with that many holes in it. Wow. Very cool. Just a thing you'd see in an old homestead in a farm field. And that's a nice find, man.
Well, thank you.
Yep. I think I got something pretty good in this hole. Just going down this little farm road, and I got a 58 to 61 signal. Not too deep either. It was in the plug, believe it or not. Just about 2-3 inches down, and there it is right there. And I'm pretty sure I have an Indian. I did wipe it a little bit. I think I see the wreath right there. Kind of tough shape. Maybe the plow hit it, but I'm going to work on it a little bit, and I'll be right back, see if I can get a date off it, or at least see the Indian better. Well, I've worked on it with Andre pencil out in the field. You can just see the top of the headdress here and the profile of the face. Definitely an Indian, but definitely seen better days. And yeah, you can just make out one cent in the wreath. Yeah, she's a little rough, but she looks pretty darn good to me right now. And yeah, it just gives you hope there's a few more out here maybe. Well, this one was giving me a 43, and it was giving me a really long signature on the image tracer screen. So I knew it was something long, and what do you know? Another perfect railroad spike. Well, I'm not going to complain about having to post 2 awesome train pictures in one episode. He came walking up and said he got something pretty cool, and he definitely did. Check that hatchet head out. Yeah, like you say, it got broke, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why you found it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. No, I like that. That's a great relic. Very cool.
Yeah, I like them too.
Well, we hunted there until early afternoon when Ricky had some other obligations that he had to meet. And we both agreed there were a lot of things still left there to be found. And we hoped to get back out there as soon as the field's tilled. Well, my metal detecting itch definitely needed some more scratching. So I decided to head over to another town, to a favorite old park of mine, where I have tested all kinds of metal detectors and coils at for the past 20 years. Now, a lot of you know about this park. It's a tough place to hunt. It is absolutely full of iron and nails, and signals are tough to get. But I decided I wanted to go over there with the Manticore and at least hunt for an hour just to see how it went. Well, it turned out to be an amazing afternoon full of old silver coins and cool relics. Well, not a bad little target right here. I was getting a nice 68 signal, and it's about 7-8 inches deep. And I finally got it up on my drop cloth. I wiped it off real quick, and got a nice early weedy. You can see the backside, and then a little tough to make out, but I worked on a little bit, and it appears to be a 1910. So second year weedy, and definitely happy to have that. That was a tough little target. I'm gonna tell you, this Manticore, it just never ceases to amaze me. After I got done hunting with Ricky over there, I thought, well, let me stop by my favorite test park. A lot of you guys are familiar with this place. It's a tough place to hunt, but you know, after I got that weedy here, I got another weedy, but I couldn't get the date off it, so I didn't bother filming it. But it was a really good one because it had a big rusty nail right on top of it, and it gave me a nice signal. Well, this one, and I've hunted this little area to death before. I got the wind kicking up a little, but this one gave me a 78 to 79. Let me try to move and shield this wind. And I dug down, and it was about 7 inches. And I saw something pop up on my drop cloth. And check it out, right there. That's all I needed to see to grab the camera. So I think I have a silver dime. Let's see. Oh, it looks like a Merc. How about that? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Silver dime. So many times over this spot. Oh, it's beautiful too. Look at that really nice old gray toning. Very cool. You can see it on it here. The wind keeps shifting. It outsmarts me every time I move. Let me get a little water on this side. Oh, the toning on this is so beautiful. Really beautiful. Definitely old silver toning. Let's see what we have for a date. Let's see. Let me get it there, guys. Just trying to see it myself. Looks like a 1923. How awesome is that? Wow. It's been a long time since I got a piece of silver out of this park. And that's going to be from the Philadelphia Mint. Isn't that awesome? I am really, really happy with that. And I'm just hunting in general, all-terrain, and with the M8 coil. Working my way through the irons and the iron and nails and everything. So, super stoked with that. And yeah, I'm glad I stopped off here. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm about to freak out here. I am on the same row outside this chain link fence. I'm 20 feet from where I got the Mercury dime, the 1923. Came up here and got a nice signal. I mean, nothing, I heard it easily. It was repeatable. There's definitely iron around it, but it was giving me a 77, 78 again. And I thought, man, that sounds a lot like the last one. Well, check this out. That's unbelievable, but do you see the edge sticking out of that dirt clod? That is awesome. That is another silver dime right there. Oh, that's crazy. So I'm gonna pop it, see what we have. Oh gosh. Oh, it's a rosy. I will definitely take it. 57 it looks like. Heck yeah. Man, 2 silver dimes. I mean, I've gone over this road for 20 years. It's nuts. You know, I start to sound like a broken record, but my gosh, it keeps playing my song. Oh man, this is going to be a 57 Denver Mint. It's just, it is really shocking to me. This is a place I've pounded for 2 decades, testing machines and everything, and boom, 2 silver dimes. Oh, it's crazy. Well, you know, I'm going to be swinging it a little bit longer. I think grocery shopping's just going to have to wait an hour. Well, this next one was giving me a 64-65. Nice little high tone. I dug a plug. I was off just a little bit, so I cut it wide this way because it was really starting to give me a good signal. As soon as I flipped the second plug over, boom, I see something in the hole. And I can see a shank on it right down here. So I know it's a button, so I just grabbed the camera. We're going to find out. Lord knows what it will be. We've got a lot of history at this park. Alright, let's flip it over. Oh, check it out. Let me turn my back to the wind here. It's just constantly blowing. Yeah, that's a nice early Great Seal button. It just has that World War I look. And this is going to be like a cuff button. Very nice small Great Seal button. I usually find the big ones more than I do these smaller ones. So I'm definitely happy to have that. It's beautiful. It is really nice. Yeah, and it's just like screaming World War I. I'll get the back mark off it. That'll help me date it. But hey, that's awesome. Very cool. Nice little relic, and to go along with the silver here. Oh man, I tell you, it makes these old beat places a whole lot more fun every time I bring this Manticore. Yeah, great find. Love it. I don't even know what to say anymore. This is pretty crazy. Another high tone, about 6-7 inches down according to the meter. And I'm like, okay, let's dig it. And I don't even remember what the number was. I just went on automatic. And I dug about a 6-inch plug, flipped it over, and immediately saw a flash in the bottom of the hole. Let me bring you in down here so you can see what I saw. Look at that. Another silver dime. Oh, that is crazy. I just can't believe it. I think it's another Rosie. Sure as heck. I was hoping for a barber, maybe get a trifecta. Look at that. That's insane. 3 silver dimes. Yeah, this one's going to be a 63. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just incredible. I think it's from the Denver Mint. So, not too shabby. 3 silver dimes, 2 Wheaties, and a sweet little World War I era button. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm done here. Well, other than the wind, it's a beautiful day. Mid-70s, blue skies. And I just had to take a step back, take a little bit of breather here. I had to work for this one. It was giving me like a 63, 64. And it was reading about 10, 11 inches down. Finally got down to it. And I was hoping for something interesting. Well, that's what I got. Look at this thing sitting on top of the dirt on my drop cloth. You know, I was like, what is that? Well, when I saw it there with dirt on it, I thought it was a bottle cap. Look at that. It really does kind of look like a bottle cap. Let me turn here. The wind is getting bad again. But then I realized it's lead. The whole thing is just a solid piece of lead. It almost looks like it was poured, like someone melted lead and poured it into a bottle cap. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I found some really wild lead things in my life, metal detecting, but this is pretty wild. I think someone was really bored and took the bottle cap from their beer bottle or something and poured a bunch of lead in it and cast themselves a lead bottle cap. That is really, really cool. I like these weird, strange things, and this one definitely seems to qualify. If anyone else has a better idea, I'd love to hear it, but that's what it looks like to me. Well, this next hole was giving me a 70-71 signal, and dug down. I'm trying to avoid the wind here. And about 5 inches down, I got a nice old weedy. This one's going to be a 1940 from the Philadelphia Mint. I will definitely take that, and yeah, that was one that was missed in the past, so I am very happy to see it. Well, a long time ago, they used to have the county fair at this place, and one thing I think they had at this spot was a turkey shoot, because I find hundreds of shotgun shells here, and I dig them all because sometimes they're a nickel, and I'm hoping one day one might be a gold coin. So anytime I come here and I get shotgun shells, I'm really happy, because that means it's one that I missed in the past, and I've dug a bunch of them ever since I brought this machine back to this place. And here's a good example of one. Most of these are 1910 to 1930s, but this is going to be a real old Peters target round, 12 gauge. And yeah, I'm happy when I'm finding these, and it just means there's more stuff in the ground out here. Well, I tell you, I'm just kind of working my way back to my vehicle. I keep getting signals, I keep digging, and this one was giving me like an 80-81, kind of high for a silver dime. And I dug down about 6 inches, and it said it was in the dirt clod. So I started breaking it apart, just thinking it was going to be a memorial, to tell you the truth. And then I see it, look at there. And I still didn't think it was going to be a silver dime, so I just gave it a quick wipe, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I grabbed the camera. Here, check this out. Because look at the coloring on it. I thought it was going to be clad, but it isn't. That is a 1959 silver Roosevelt dime. The third one, plus that mercury. Look at that. Wipe this side off. Yeah, it's got that real funky coloring. Looked like it met the lawnmower at one point too. But that's going to be from Denver Mint, and I'm fighting this wind, but I don't mind. This is just incredible. 4 silver dimes. You know, I was just blown away with that last hunt. It was absolutely amazing. And it was amazing because, like, last week I found 4 old nickels at a very hard hit spot. And then this week I find 4 old silver dimes at another hard hit spot. Who knows? Quarters next week? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Now, if you still haven't gotten enough Finding America yet, just hang on to the end of the video, where I have a link to another amazing episode from the Finding America archives just waiting there for you. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.